Hi, I'm Bill from Disney Image Makers, and typically we make videos about photography and, camera reviews and gears and photo editing. But today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. So if you stumbled onto this video because you were searching about Walt Disney World reopening and things like that, then welcome to our channel. We do talk about Disney sometimes, and the reason it says Disney Image Makers in our title is because we've built our social media following on our Disney photography. We've put out coffee table books, and we've been involved in other things that have to do with Disney photography. So that's the name. But this channel is typically about photography, but today I'm actually going to talk about Disney and, when are they going to reopen, and are you going to go back when they do? I've been a DVC member for a long time, and I typically go to Walt Disney World, I don't know, 2 to 3 times a year, sometimes more, sometimes less. But I've been there over the last 15 years many, many times, and I've been there, in all sorts of situations. In the winter for special events, for Christmas, in the spring for the Flower and Garden Festival. I've been in there in the summer when it feels like 1,000 degrees at 100% humidity. So I know the parks well. I know the ins and outs of them, and I know how the whole Disney, park experience feels for most people and how I think it should be for most people. And with the coronavirus pandemic, now today is May 12th, 2020, and yesterday the Shanghai Disney Resort just reopened, and now they're talking about Walt Disney World reopening in the beginning of July. In a phased reopening with not everything open. And I wanted to talk about if this is going to be a summer that you want to go to the parks or not. And I'm going to give you my opinion. Now, I have a reservation booked for the new Riviera Resort in the DVC, in a DVC one bedroom. And it's a reservation that my family and I have been really looking forward to. And with everything that's going on, we've been really questioning if we're going to come back, if the parks do reopen. And here's a few reasons why I'm not really sure. We were looking at what's going on in Shanghai Disney, and they are doing a lot of social distancing. There's masks that all the guests are required to wear. The rides themselves and the attractions, the seating has been, every other row might be empty, or if you're on a roller coaster by yourself, there'll be nobody sitting next to you unless it's a family member, and they're not using every car. So there's going to be a lot of restrictions. No fireworks, no parades they're talking about. I'm not really sure that's the experience I want in Walt Disney World when I go on vacation. Now, we all know Disney is an expensive trip. For me, I have to get down there from New York. There's park passes, and then there's eating there, which is never cheap. And, everything else that goes along with a Disney vacation. So you're talking thousands of dollars typically. And do you want to have a watered down experience? So we put this question out to our Facebook and Instagram followers, and I said, I'm really looking forward to getting back, but I'm not sure I'm going to go this year because I'm not sure the experience I'm going to have. And we had so many comments of people saying the exact same thing. They don't want a watered down version of Walt Disney World. They don't want to wear masks. And there's a reason for that, I think, because not just because it's annoying to wear a mask. When I typically go in the summer, it is hot. I mean, you can have a hard time breathing sometimes in the middle of August at 3 o'clock in the afternoon without any masks. I couldn't imagine walking around with a mask on all day. It's just uncomfortable. They were saying that, they're nervous about the virus still. How are they going to keep everybody clean? What if some people are playing by the rules and some aren't? Like I said before, it's an expensive trip, so they'd just rather push it off to when they know they can enjoy Walt Disney World the way they remember it or the way they have planned on doing it. So there were a lot of, interesting comments there. And my personal take is I have a feeling that I'm not going to go. I really think I'm going to cancel my trip. I have an annual pass that is set to expire in August, but it's got, I guess, about from March until August of credit on it, where they'll extend it out or they'll give me the cash value back for that. I think I'm going to take the cash value back and put it towards maybe an annual pass for the following year. I typically travel with my family in August, and it's very, very hot. So are the pools going to be open? That is a huge question for me. I don't want to be at the hotel and just walking around the parks. The pool experience and the resort experience is a big thing for our family. I have teenage daughters, and we've done the whole 24/7 running through the parks until we're exhausted. And about half of our vacation is enjoying the Disney resorts. So I'm curious what you think. What is the typical Disney fan? What are you thinking that you're going to do? Is it worth it to go to kind of just get back into the parks and get that Disney feel? Or do you think it just doesn't make sense to get back down there? Now, I understand why they are opening. I mean, it's a business and they need to generate revenue. But I'm not sure of what the guest experience is going to be like. And it's going to be logistically very hard for them and for the cast members to try to implement all of these changes. Are there going to be guests that don't want to deal with this stuff? Is everybody going to kind of fall in line and, you know, do what they're supposed to? So these are questions that have yet to be answered, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to play out. Now, if I was a local and it was maybe a quick car ride over to the parks just to check it out, I would definitely go and see what's going on, see the whole vibe of the whole thing. Maybe take some pictures because that's what we do, and just try to document this whole thing. I think that would be an interesting thing if I was lived in Florida and it wasn't a big deal for me to get over to the parks. But for a lot of people, you have to travel from somewhere and you have to arrange flights, or it's maybe a day or two car ride. It's a 2-day car ride for us up here in New York. So is that something that, I want to go and get down there and the experience isn't what I was hoping it was going to be? I have a feeling a lot of people are not going to go, but they are accepting reservations starting July 1st, and we're going to see together how this all plays out over the next few months. So let me know in the comments what you're planning on doing. And if you have any interest in photography, you might want to look through some of our other videos here. We have a ton of videos on how to, use your camera, photo composition, editing, different gear, why we recommend certain lenses in certain situations. So there's a lot of photography stuff here. So if you're a budding photographer or you're brushing up on it or you want to learn, check out our photography playlist. I'm going to leave that here. And then I'm going to leave a Disney playlist here. And these are all the videos we've done about Disney. And we have quite a few on different, things, resorts and DBC and why we love photographing Walt Disney World. So check those out. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.